everybody. Time to continue work on the Pac-Man guitar. Okay, next step is going to be to figure out where the bridge is going to go. And then after I figure that out, then I'll be able to figure out where the pickup is going to go. And then we can figure out the input, or the volume knob, and then the eye, and we'll mark that out. And actually, I thought about it the last night, and the actual access panel for the eye for the pickup on the other side, I'm going to use black material, and it'd be in the shape of an eye as well. So that's going to actually work out pretty good. I've decided I'm going to paint the back of the neck black. Leave the fretboard unpainted, leave it the wood grain color, but paint the back black, and then the back of the neck black as well. So that'll all fit in. Alright, so let's figure out where the neck's going to go. I got my measurements going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from the 12th fret to the nut, and then so on, and then mark it out, and we'll see you next step. Alright. Okay, did my measurements, finding out where the bridge is going to go. Alright, let me get the bridge out and do a string test and see if we're good as far as pitch and everything like that. Alright, we'll see you once up. Alright, a quick update. Did my string test, and the bridge is exactly where it needs to be. So I'm going to mark my holes, and then I got my drill, and then I'm going to install the bridge. And it's 5 screws. So I'll install the bridge, get that going, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, drilled my holes with my marked drill bit. And there's the holes, and I install the bridge. I'll be right back. Alright, quick update. Got the bridge installed, looking pretty good. I did my string test, and everything is good to go. The pitch is perfect. It's centered right in the middle of the frets. Alright, so the next thing I do, I'm going to draw out where I'm going to cut out the pocket for the pickup. And I did make a pickup ring before I got this guitar parts and everything. But I don't know, the pickup ring might look a little bit, I don't know, a little excessive for this guitar. I think it might actually, and here's the pickup I'm going to use. The pickup, I did a test, and it's 16 ohms, K ohms, so it's pretty hot. And it's a passive pickup, of course. And I'm going to paint this pickup cover. This is just a pickup cover over an actual pickup. I'm going to paint this the yellow color for the guitar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to space this out properly and mark out exactly where I'm going to cut out where the pickup's going to go. And like I said, I think I'm going to elect not to use a pickup ring. I'm just going to go straight into the body, kind of like I did with the Pac-Man or the Ghostbuster guitar. So that'll look really cool. And I thought about installing a kill switch just to have an extra added, effect. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to do that, because then I would need to put another access panel on the back, and that would kind of take away from the look. Okay, so let me draw this out, and I'll be right back. Alright, drawing out exactly where the pickup's going to go. Looking pretty good. Put it a little bit closer to the bridge this time. Maybe that'll have a little bit more bite to it. Okay, so I'm going to take my template back, and I'm going to take an X-Acto blade and cut out where the eye is, and then I'm going to trace it out on the body itself. And then I'll X-Acto blade that, and we'll get that going. Okay, we'll see you in a second. Alright, marked out where the eye is going to go, and the hole for the pedometer. So if I could find it real quick in the bag here. Got all my parts. Find the volume knob. There it is. Alright. So basically it's going to look like that right there. So it's going to be cool. It's almost like the eyeball of the eye. So it's pretty cool. So, alright. And I'm going to figure out where exactly I'm going to put the input jack and mark a hole accordingly. And we'll see you in a second. Alright, drawing where I'm going to put the input jack. Roughly right there. It fits right between when you sit down, and it's between your legs that way. And I decided I'd probably go with a truss rod cover. But I have two options. I could either go with the pointy one, or I have one of these square ones. I'm kind of leaning, or triangle ones. I'm not sure. I mean, the triangle one looks pretty cool too. But I think I might opt to go with the the pointy triangle one. Yeah, I think that looks better. And then I'll start the circle button like in this general vicinity, a little bit further out from the way it is on the other guitar, you know, the reference guitar. But I think that'd be cool. That'd be fine. And then I'm gonna cut these straight. I might leave them that way. I'm not sure. Well, we'll figure that out when we get to that point. But yeah. All right. So the next step would be to put these back in the bag and to drill a hole for the pedometer all the way through both pieces, and then I'll take off the neck, and then we'll start cutting out the we'll get the scroll saw out and start cutting out the pickup. Then we'll figure out where all the wiring is going to go, and it's going to be a pretty simple build. It's going to be a pretty long jog from here to there, but I think that'll be easy, not too bad. So you can tell it to pass the pickup, and then get things rolling. Then I'll have to sand the sides here. That's what I hope to get accomplished today. Sand the sides, because I didn't want to put like a bevel like I mentioned before, because I like it to be a little bit sharper. And then maybe get out the circular orbital sander and then sand all the sides a little bit and make it more perfect. And then, like I said, we'll start figuring out where the well, let me flip it over real quick. I'm gonna figure out where the, well, after I drill the hole, then I'll figure out exactly where the access panel is, and then I'll make a access panel out of black pickguard material and use black screws and anchor it like from here, here, and here. So that'll be on the back and it'll look pretty cool. So, all right, well, we'll see you in a sec. Next step. All right, drill the hole all the way through the entire body. That way I know where the pickup is going in, or the access panel will be. All right, so now we're gonna move the operation outside. First I'll take off the neck, and then we'll take everything outside, and we'll see in a little bit. All right, got the guitar taken apart. This is the access panel. I've drilled a hole for where I'm going to drill, so they're going to be able to access, drop the pedometer in there when you install it. I might make it a little bit bigger, but then just a brief outline of where the access panel plate will go. And I still have this little cutout piece, and I'll trace that on the black pickguard material, and then I'll cut that out, and then I'll countersink that. So that'll be pretty cool. So that'll serve as the eyeball plus the access panel, so it works out good. And then this little triangle here, I'm going to countersink this little part and then paint it black, so it'll match the front and everything like that. And then, okay, so let's take this, I'll move the operation outside, and then we'll cut out the pickup channel cavity, and that'll be cool. And we'll see you next step, and then we're gonna recess that and then drill out and then figure out where all the electronics are gonna go. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty straightforward, simple build. I'm gonna try to do, like I said on previous builds, I'm gonna try to get the finishes as perfect as possible. So it's going to be a lot of wood filler, grain filler, Bondo, all that kind of stuff to make this as perfect as it can be. All right, and we'll see you when we move everything outside. See you in a bit. All right, we got the operation moved outside. Beautiful day here in Central Florida. Oh yeah, I like it. It's kind of hot, but not like baking like it was yesterday. Okay, so what the plan is, we're going to take apart the two layers. I'm going to put some panel or some pilot holes, and then we're going to get that up on the scroll saw and cut out for the pickup. And then I brought all the parts for the guitar, and we can test it all out, and we'll see you next step. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, got pilot holes drilled, got the scroll saws queued up. Alright, let's cut out the pickup cavity. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, got it cut out, looks pretty good. Alright, I'm going to take it out, and we're going to check the pickup, see if it fits good. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, checking the fit, looks pretty good. I did leave just a little smidge of room, that way if I need to go left, right, and make it centered and perfect. Okay, so next step is to turn it over and start working on where the electronics are going to go. And we're going to concentrate on pedometer, and we're going to make a circle and board out. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Yeah, alright, figured out where the wiring is going to go. Like I said, it's a pretty simplistic wiring. pretty simple. I'll flip it over and I'll drill from the bridge for the ground to the bridge. But real quick, just the access panel for the pedometer, to the pickup, and then to the input jack, and that's pretty simple, simplistic kind of thing. So, all right, so I'll get out the Dremel tool and we'll start working on that, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, drilled a hole for the ground to the bridge. Pretty simplistic. Boom, right in there. Got the long blade or the long drill bit. All right, now next we're gonna get out the Dremel, and we're gonna Dremel out the channels, and we'll see you in a second. Alright, actually what I'm going to do first, like I had mentioned in a previous clip, I'm going to recess this probably about a centimeter or so down, and when I paint it, so it gives it like a 3D sort of look to the body. So what I'll do now is I've got a fresh blade on there, X-Acto blade. I'll cut it out and then I'll Dremel down, and then we'll see in a sec. That's the way when we put the pedometer in there, we know how much meat to leave back on the the wood. Alright, we'll see in a second. Alright, looking good. Got it bored down. And like I said, this will be painted black when the guitar is finished. Alright, so let me get ready to sync the pedometer, flip it over, and figure out the size of the hole that I need, and then start etching out where the electronics are going to go. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, another quick update. Got the input jack opening perfectly bored out. And here's what the wiring channels look like. Like I said, pretty simple. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, so the next step is going to be to cut out the opening so we can put the pedometer through. And that'll be simple. And then we're going to make the get the black piece of black pickguard material, and then cut it, and then put it on top, and then trace it, and then countersink that. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, access panel for the pedometer has been cut open, and now the next step, like I said, get the pickguard material, get the scroll saw. Well, let me clean up a little bit. Get the scroll saw out, and then we're going to cut that piece for the back access panel, and then we're going to countersink that little section. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got me a piece of 1-ply pick material, and I got the shape traced out, got the scroll saw queued up, and we're going to cut it out, and we'll see when it's done. Alright, successful in cutting out the back plate cover. It looks pretty cool, 1-ply. So what I'll do is I'll apply it over there, and I'll mark it out with my pencil, and then I'll score it out, and then we're going to take the Dremel again, and we're going to countersink it. So it'll be pretty cool. Alright, and this will be the back of the guitar, and then we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to get the X-Acto blade and then countersink. And it should turn out cool. Alright, we'll see when that's done. See you in a little bit. Alright, countersunk the access panel plate. It's looking good. Yeah, don't you love the Florida weather though? If anybody lives in Florida, you go from super sunny to now you get a big old rain cloud, and it felt a few drops. But I'm going to wing it out and see what happens. But yeah, okay. Alright, so let me double check everything, and we might be to the glue phase to where we can actually glue both pieces of the body together, and we will see. Alright, we'll see you inside. Yeah, update how to pack everything up. Alright, look at this last one. Yeah. Alright, so that pretty much will conclude today. A little bit of lightning. Not the Tampa Bay lightning, they're getting their butts beat by the avalanche. A little bit of lightning in the sky nevertheless. Alright, let's see a little bit. I'm playing a little game with the dogs. It's called walking back and forth with me as I put stuff away. Dogs love me, but they like to follow me back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but it's all good. Okay, so just real quick recap on today's progress. Get a lot done. Pieces are still separated. What the next process is going to be is the glue phase, where I glue both sections together. And it's alright, I got to mix some more super glue up anyway. So, alright. Well, that'll conclude today's progress. Hope everybody has a good day, and we will see you tomorrow. And we'll work on it some more. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, how's everybody doing? The rain is cleared up. And we're able to get back to it. Okay, I'm going to check over the guitar really well. Make sure everything is done good. And then we'll apply some super glue. And we'll be in the glue phase. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, the upper and lower pieces are now being glued together. So, we'll let this cure for a little while and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, successful glue phase. This one piece. Both pieces are glued together and it looks awesome. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Pac-Man. Waka waka waka. Alright, so next step is to get out the Bondo filler, body filler, and fill in all the imperfections. And then once I get all that sealed in, then I'll get out the rotary sander and then sand all the edges nice and smooth, and then get this edge here nice and smooth. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, we are ready for some orbital sanding. I got a fresh sanding piece on there, so we're going to sand it smooth, get it as round as possible, and then we'll do the body filler. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Well, let me show you how rough it kind of looks. See how it's kind of not completely circular. So I'm going to do that with the sander. See that? See how it's wavy in certain parts? Alright, we'll get that nice and taken care of. Alright, let's see. Alright, it is looking a lot better. Nice and round now. Yeah. Okay. Now, next step is I'm going to get some body filler and fill in all the imperfections on the sides and all the voids. And we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, this is the final wrap up for today. Yeah, I started to lose sunlight, but cleared up really good. I'm going to overkill with the body filler because I want to try to make this as close to perfect as possible. So it seems excessive with the body filler. It probably is, but like I said, I want to try to get this to where it looks super perfect. Alright, so this concludes today's progress, and I haven't started on the back yet, so I'll get that going. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It's going to be killer. I can't wait to start the painting process. But that's a ways away yet, so. Alright, hope everybody has a good night. Hope Tampa Bay Lightning actually pull one out of their hat tonight, which I don't think they're gonna. I think they're just gonna go down straight. They're behind 2-0 in the series, the Colorado Avalanche. It's kind of heartbreaking, you know, living in Central Florida. Tampa Bay Lightning's my team, but, you know, it is what it is. They got 2 cups already. They were going for a third, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, we'll see. Alright, so hope everybody has a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll pick it right back up. Alright, see you later.